Hi everybody, quick reminder, don't forget to check out the on-screen end cards towards the end of the video, as well as the merch shelf and links down in the description below to explore my new Outcast comic book series. And I just have to say that I genuinely appreciate all of the support that's been shown for this new adventure. Now I hope you're having a great day, and let's dive in to Doop. He made his very first appearance in X-Force, issue number 116, that was released in July of 2001. His real name is unknown, but he's just a very strange and unique being who happens to be a personal buddy of Howard the Duck that has variable height and weight, although he's generally considered 3 feet tall, having red eyes and being covered in green skin. Now, Doop is one of the most eccentric, enigmatic, and deceptively powerful characters in the Marvel Universe, period. Being a floating, green, kidney bean-shaped organism with unknown biological origins, Doop was created during Marvel's radical overhaul of the X-Force title that would eventually be rebranded as X-Statix. And while he initially appeared to be a comedic mascot or a bizarre sidekick, Doop is a highly complex entity with a cult following, serving as a satirical commentary on celebrity culture and the comic book medium itself. Interestingly, Doop's true origins remain deliberately shrouded in mystery, functioning as a running gag within his publication history. Now, one prevailing theory, occasionally cited by Captain America, suggests that Doop is the result of a Cold War-era US military experiment. In this version of events, he was a living weapon instrumental in the collapse of the Soviet Union and the fall of the Berlin Wall. But later storylines introduce a more metaphysical origin, suggesting Doop originates from the marginalia, a dimension that exists between the panels of comic books and the margins of reality. This metafictional status allows him to interact with the narrative structure of the Marvel Universe in ways other characters cannot, kind of pseudo-breaking the fourth wall. But with all that being said, we truly don't know where he's really from. Now, despite his unassuming appearance, resembling a floating green potato or kidney bean like I said earlier, with spindly arms, Doop is a powerful Omega-level threat with a power set that defies conventional physics. I'd like to go out on a limb and say he might be the most underrated and underappreciated Omega-level being in Marvel, period. Among the many things he can do, I'll just name a few. The most prominent being his reality warping and his durability. You see, in addition to having vast superhuman strength and intelligence, with him just knowing things for some reason, he also has immense durability and malleability. He's survived having his main brain explode, I'll explain that later, and has even fought Thor to a standstill. In one notable instance, even absorbing a blow from Mjolnir and spat out multiple hammers in return. Now, to explain what I alluded to earlier, Doop's physiology is extremely bizarre. It's canon that he possesses an actual backup brain located in his bottom, in his butt, allowing him to function even if his primary head has been incapacitated somehow, or completely destroyed, which, by the way, would grow back because he does have an advanced healing factor, if you can harm him. Also, inside Doop's mouth lies a pocket dimension known as Doop space, or Doop land, and he can inhale objects and people to store them there or transport them to safety. This dimension is vast and sometimes nightmarish, operating on a different timescale than Earth. And of the many things he can do, I'll also go ahead and mention that he's omnilingual, not only being able to speak his own unique alien Doopspeak language, but he can also understand all other languages. Now, overall, Doop is best known for his tenure with X-Statix, formerly X-Force as I mentioned, a team of mutant superheroes who were more concerned with fame, merchandising, and television ratings than traditional heroism. Doop actually served as the team's videographer. Floating alongside the team during dangerous missions, he filmed their exploits for reality TV consumption. His steady camera work, even in the face of death, was a testament to his professionalism and detachment. And of course, as we all know, the cameraman never dies. It's also worth mentioning that though technically a support staff member, Doop was the heart of the team. He was often the sole survivor of catastrophic missions that wiped out other roster members, leading to jokes about his invincibility compared to the disposable nature of his teammates. Now, following the dissolution of X-Statix, Doop became closely affiliated with the X-Men, specifically Wolverine, who considers Doop a close friend and reliable ally. During the time period when Wolverine opened the Jean Grey School for Higher Learning, he hired Doop as a receptionist and adjunct professor. While he spent much of his time at the school napping or acting strangely, it was revealed that Wolverine had secretly tasked Doop with protecting the school from threats too bizarre or dangerous for the regular X-Men to handle. Doop essentially acted as the school's last line of defense against metaphysical and microscopic threats. Now, to dive into Doop's quirky personality, he communicates exclusively in Doopspeak, as I mentioned earlier, which is a language represented in speech bubbles by a unique, bubbly font. Now, to the reader, this often looks like gibberish, but characters within the Marvel Universe, particularly Wolverine and his teammates, understand him perfectly somehow. Matter of fact, it's been speculated by some dedicated fans that if you decipher the font of his speech, it's basically a simple substitution cipher for English. Now, culturally, Doop is portrayed as very smooth and charismatic. He's actually known to be a womanizer of all things, with a chaotic romantic life, having had implied trysts with various Marvel characters and even everyday civilians. But despite his chaotic nature, he has shown genuine loyalty, particularly to Wolverine and Kitty Pryde, whom, by the way, he once proposed marriage to. Now, for his powers and abilities and his influence on the Marvel Universe, for my 1 to 10 rating, I'll give Doop a rating of 8, which is an unforgettable rating. I hope everyone enjoyed this video. I'll talk to you next time. Be sure to hype and subscribe to The New Sage.